Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about one of my favorite formative assessment tools, Socrative. There are lots of tools nowadays that allow you to give digital quizzes, and Socrative is just one of them. It has some options that others don't, but it can be similar to others. So let's take a look at what Socrative has to offer. So we know that Socrative is a formative assessment tool. You can create quizzes that students can take whether they're in school, at home, or any other time. That is one thing that is a little bit different from some of the other services in that you can uh, assign a quiz and then students can then just take it whenever they get a chance. They can take it on their phone, they can take it on an iPad, they can take it on a computer, a laptop, anything. And so it allows you to be able to check to see where your students stand as far as what they're learning in your class. It's really quick, it's really engaging, it's helpful for everyone. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Socrative.com and create a teacher account. Now, when you create a teacher account, Socrative is going to give you a room name. That room name is going to be something random that no one can ever remember. I recommend the very first thing you do when you create your account is you change the name of your room. I changed the name of the room that I use to just my last name. My last name is pretty unique, so it allows my students who know how to spell my last name to be able to easily find the quizzes that I've created. This is how students are going to join the quizzes that you have offered. Instead of like other tools where you give them a code that they have to type in every time, you will just simply have one quiz open at a time, and they go to your room that they know is in, and they can take the quiz. So instead of saying, make sure to find the quiz code online tonight, you just say, go to Socrative, take the quiz. They already know how to get in. It's very easy, it's very seamless, but make sure that you are changing the room before you do anything. Create a quiz. The one thing that stands out for Socrative is you can make multiple choice, true, false, or short answer questions. I really enjoy the short answer questions because it allows students to give their opinion on certain things. Now, this is good and bad. You can put the answers for the short answer questions and go back and revise them later. However, if a student misspells something, if you're looking for a specific word and they misspell something, then it's going to count it wrong. So it may be more work on your part to go back and have to double check and make sure that everything's right. However, it really gives students an option to kind of share their voice and really show them what you're learning instead of choosing that multiple choice answer. Instead of just a quick recall response, they're really having to dig deep and think about what it is that they're answering. And so I really enjoy the short answer questions. I've used it for vocabulary review. I taught students how to use Photoshop, and we would learn all the tools and all the shortcuts in Photoshop. And so we would use these quizzes as vocabulary review. Well, this was academic vocabulary that I expected them to be able to answer correctly and be able to spell correctly. So I made them short answer questions, and the students had to type out the answer. And if they misspelled it, they got it wrong. So it really encouraged my students to learn more about the tools that they were using and learn how to spell them correctly, and that was very, very helpful. So the short answer aspect is really neat. It is a different way to assess our students than just a typical multiple choice question. If you look on the screen, there is a link to public quizzes. There's a shortened link. It's bit.ly/public-Socrative. What this is a Google Sheet that is live. It's view only, to where you can see every public Socrative that's been posted on Socrative that you can use. So it's fantastic in that you can sort this sheet by grade level, by content, by everything, so that you can see exactly other quizzes that other teachers have made, and you can use their quiz, you can reinvent their quiz, you can find different ways to use the information that's already there. So it's a fantastic resource for you to check out and be able to see if there's something that's already created for your class that you could use or that you could use to learn more yourself. So make sure to check that out before you start making your own quizzes. Space race. Space race is one thing that Socrative has included that times students on what they're doing with their quiz. So it allows you to compete in teams while students are taking the quiz and still get individualized results, but it allows the students to be able to work with others around them. The It's basically a race to get to the end, whoever can get the most right answers in the quickest time. That's not always the best case scenario, but it is fun and engaging whenever students are doing the space race in class. They get really excited. So it really does force them to focus on what they're doing and learn more so that they can compete. We've seen this with other tools like Kahoot and others where when they're involved with a competition in the entire class, it's very, very helpful, and competition drives learning. So space races is really, really a neat thing. So results for space race, for quizzes, for everything um, are easily exported into Excel spreadsheets, into PDFs, into anything that you need after a quiz is done. It's really great. It shows you exactly what students got, which answers correct and incorrect. It shows what they put, and it allows you to sort to see if there's one question that most of the class is getting incorrect. You can kind of reevaluate that question or see if you need to ask it in a different way, or provide a reteaching opportunity for you to be able to go back and find things that your students weren't understanding. So Socrative is a great way to double check to see where you're at with those standards that you're expecting your students to know, and it's a great way to review what they've learned so far. Um, so that's it. I thought there was another slide. Whoops. So Socrative is really a fantastic tool. I highly recommend you check it out. It's very simple. It's very easy to use. Your students will love it. You will love it. It can bring so much more learning to your classroom. And so I recommend you check it out.